Hi, this is Tonus Locus, and welcome to the second part of the tutorial for Bron-Y-Aur Stomp from the Led Zeppelin 3 album, the studio version, After Many Moons. What we're going to do is we're going to cover the middle section of the song. The finger picking section where Jimmy Page comes back in with finger picking after strumming for some time. That's about the 2-minute 53-second mark, and all the way to the finger picking section up until the point where Robert Plant comes in with vocals for the verse, and that's about the 3-minute 27-second mark. So we'll be covering all that ground. I've got a little information as far as conversation, questionnaire, chit-chat stuff, but I'll leave that for the end of the session. Okay, but to begin, let's start with a quick review of the tuning, the correct tuning for Bron-Y-Aur Stomp, which would be CFC and then FAC. Okay. All these strings have to come down from standard, so this one needs to come down 2 whole steps, this one 2, this one 1, 1 for the third, 1 for the second, and 2 for the first. This one needs to come down 2E from, 2C from E. To quickly review the right hand technique, what we want to do is we want to hold the pick between our thumb and our index. We're going to use this as one unit, and then we're going to finger pick with the middle and the ring in conjunction with the pick between the thumb and the index in order to perform the finger picking section here. And each is responsible for its own set of strings, so to speak. The fourth and the third strings are going to be covered by the thumb and the index. I'll just call this thumb. Okay. The middle finger will cover the second string, and the ring the first, with one exception which we'll cover in a little bit. Okay, and that's actually coming up at this point. We'll cover this bar by bar, and the first bar sounds like this. Okay, and this represents the exception. What we want to do to start is harmonic on the 12th fret across the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. And so that'd be down, up, down, down. Okay, and you can strum all the strings there and not have to be concerned about hitting or missing certain strings. That's the first half of the first bar, and then the finger picking. Okay. What we do is slide from 7 to 9 using the ring on the 4th string, middle finger on the 8th fret 2nd string, and then from there the string order is 4, 2, 4, 3, 5, 1, 3. Okay. Okay. Really interesting lick. The way we want to pick this with our right hand, and this is where the exception comes in, we're going to use the middle finger to cover both the 2nd and the 3rd strings here. So with the right hand, the order should be as such: thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb, ring, middle. Once again, thumb, middle, thumb, middle, thumb, ring, middle. With the result that the first bar put together, once again, sounds like this. Okay, and this is probably the hardest lick to play out of all the licks on Bron-Y-Aur Stomp, particularly because of this interesting pattern. as wild as it looks, that's exactly what Jimmy Page is playing. But also due to the fact that you have to hit the harmonic, strum, and then come back down and plant, and pick this, and do it all at a very high rate of speed. So that takes a bit of practice. I always give myself a 50-50 shot of nailing that lick. It's so difficult. It's unbelievable how fast Jimmy Page plays that on the recording. In any case, the second bar sounds like this. Whoops. So better yet. Okay, what we're going to do is this is all done on the 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings, the whole bar. So we have harmonic, downstroke, down up, harmonic 7th fret, downstroke, and then down up. Okay, and then the finger picking, 4-2-4 there with the slide, using the same fingers as before. 4-2-4 and then 4-1-3-2. Okay, so the second bar. Okay, third bar is pretty interesting. Sounds like this. Okay, and the string order there is 4-1-3-2, leaving the middle, using the middle finger. 4-1-3-2, 4-1-3-1, 4-1-4 with the slide there, and then 4-1-3. So put together 4-1-3-2, 4-1-3-1, 4-1-4, and 4-1-3. Okay. The fourth bar sounds like this. Okay, and that would be 4-1-3-2, 4-1-3-2, and then 4-1-3-2, lifting the middle finger off the second string so it becomes open, bringing this ring finger down, and then 4-3-2. Okay, so once again, the fourth bar sounds like this. And the advantage of the open strings, it gives you time to actually come down here and begin with the flat picking section. It gives you time to move down to this area, and flat picking section begins with the 5th bar, which sounds like this. Okay, the way we do that now is to pick down on the 3rd string and pull off with the ring finger there off the 4th fret. Pick down again up on the 1st string and do that twice. So we have, and then, oh, excuse me, there what we want to do is pick down on the 3rd string, pull off with the index, open, and then that time I'm up picking on the 2nd string, down on the 4th here, using the index on the 2nd fret, and then lifting it and then strumming across 4, 3, and 2 without moving the middle. So as a result, the bar sounds like this. Okay, that's bar number 5. You want to leave the D string ringing to the extent that you can. The trick is to use the ring finger and pull off in such a manner that it doesn't bump into the D string and actually mute it. So the sixth bar sounds like this. Okay, and once again, it's the same figure. I'm pulling off here, plucking down, down, up, first string, repeated. And then here we're going to strum across the second and third strings with a down pick and pull off using the index, down on the open 4th string there, up on the second with the middle. Use the index there, down again, and then down across 4, 3, and 2, leaving the middle in place. So the 6 bar, okay, now putting the 5th and 6th bars together sounds like this. Be real careful with the middle finger because it's got to stay out of the way of the 3rd and 1st strings while you press down here for that section in order to get the strings clear. Okay, now what we have following is this. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Coming out of the flat picking section, I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. When I'm strumming, at that point I'm using strumming 4, 3, and 2, and then every time I'm accent, I'm actually strumming these 5, muting the 6th string with the thumb over on the top. So and then this is middle 4 strings here for both the index and the pinky. Okay, the next 2 bars are identical and they sound like this. Okay, this is how Jimmy Page gets the F up here by using the pinky on the 5th fret 1st string. Okay, and the strumming pattern down for both of those. The next bar, of course, is the same, and then we have a 2-bar phrase which comes up next. It sounds like this. Okay, what we need to do is lift the pinky just a little bit up here and bring these down simultaneously, with the result that this needs to come up and down at the same time in order to produce a good mute, and then the thumb is muting the 6th string throughout. So with the strumming pattern we have okay. The next 4 bars actually are the last 4 bars of the section before the verse comes in, and the first bar sounds like this. Okay, and what we need to do is keep the pinky up here and then pull off on the 4th, 5th, and 6th strings with the index while keeping this in place. So that's the first bar, and then the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th bars are the same. All you do is just release the pinky and cut loose the thumb here in the back as well. So the 4 bars actually sound like this. Until you actually get to the verse at that point. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to play all of it and put it all together in slow-mo, okay? And, well, doing that, it should, as a result, sound like this. Okay, now against my better judgment, I'm going to attempt to play it with the actual recording itself at full speed. So, here's the recording. And that's pretty much the way that goes. Luckily, I broke the string at the end, as you will see, you know, and that's fortunate because I'll be needing this guitar very little from this point on. Okay. Now, question arises as to the tuning with regard to Bron-Y-Aur Stomp. Why not use the CFCFAF tuning? You know, tuning the first string up to F instead of down to C. And there's several reasons why that's problematic. And the first being is that when you actually listen to the last chord of the song, let's see if I can do this even with a broken string. You hear the C on top instead of the F. Last chord of the studio version on Zeppelin 3. And in order to pull that off, this has to be tuned down to C, so that this is the last note that you actually hear when the chord is strummed. Guitar's already out of, the other strings are out of tune. The other thing is with the other factor is with regard to how Zeppelin played the song live. Okay, and we know that when they played this live, they played it in open G. Okay, now if you were to use the CFCFAF tuning, you wanted to tune up to open G up a whole step. What you have to do is you'd have to tune the F on the first string all the way up to G, which is a step and a half above standard, and that's pretty high. It would make for a lot of broken strings, so yeah, that's highly unlikely. But actually, that was actually never done by Jimmy Page. So what they did as an example was when they toured in 1977, often what Page would do is he'd play Black Country Woman and Bron-Y-Aur Stomp back to back. Black Country Woman has the straight open G tuning, right? G, D, G, D, G, B, D, right? If you take Bron-Y-Aur Stomp, the CFCFAC tuning, you bring it up a whole step. That's exactly what you have. So, and what Page did was he would play Black Country Woman and go right into a Bron-Y-Aur Stomp continuously without having to retune. There's some footage on YouTube that's accessible, especially with regard to the shows they did in Seattle in 1977. You know, where he played Black Country Woman and Bron-Y-Aur Stomp. You know, that stuff's up on YouTube right now. The second thing I was gonna that I was thinking about, that I was considering, is as to why it's taken me so long to actually do another tutorial. Actually, the part 2 of this tutorial, I did part 1 a few years ago, and you know, the reason is that, well, I didn't know how popular this song would be among guitar players. I had no idea that would happen at that time. And also, I was at that time was kind of getting turned off to YouTube, having problems uploading some stuff, and not getting very many views, as many as I would have liked. And at this point, I mean, that's at this point right now, this is something that you could actually help me with personally. If you could, I've got a whole slew of new Zeppelin stuff that's up right now, and I'm sure, you know, at least 1 or 2 of them are your favorites. I know I have my favorite. That would be Going to California. That video came out really well. You know, I was really pleased with that one. You know, but all this stuff's up on my channel, and you know, if you could perhaps share it with people, or and hopefully it'll get embedded in, on social networking sites, and the site and personal sites of people and so on. You know, that would really be a big help to me, because it helps to know that, from my standpoint, that folks are actually looking at this stuff and getting something out of it, and if it becomes popular, then it becomes more worthwhile to me to continue shooting video, instead of kind of wimping out and shunning YouTube altogether like I did for a number of years. You know, the last thing that I wanted to mention is the rest of the song. It's like, well, we have the intro, which is part 1, and then this middle section, part 2. What about the rest of it? What about the strumming? All the strumming sections. And you know, what I was thinking was perhaps probably the easiest, less tedious way to go about it, because going through all that would make for a tedious tutorial, all the strumming and so on. But the new video that I have of Bron-Y-Aur Stomp is 100% accurate. You know, the strumming, I don't think I made one mistake on that. I got lucky, you know. But it's the newer one instead of the older video. The new one is the one where I'm actually playing this guitar with no backing track. Okay, that video is 100% accurate. I made some changes, especially with regard to the finger picking section. That was different from the earlier one, but you want to use the new one with this guitar in it instead of the old one, you know, and combine with the tutorials. What I'd recommend is just putting together as much as you can, going through the strumming patterns, learning all the nuances and subtleties and so on, bar by bar, putting it together piece by piece, and then getting, for example, in a particular section that you can play at an even speed, you know, or perhaps the whole song, get the whole song down at an even speed, and then start to bring that up. And once you bring it up, try playing along with the record, you know, at that point, you know. But in any case, that's what I'd recommend as far as learning and putting all this together. In any case, unless I forgot something, I have to replace that string, but unless I forgot to mention something, that concludes our tutorial for Bron-Y-Aur Stomp, and I hope that this comes in handy to a lot of people, and is very useful. And thanks for watching, and thanks for all the views and all the attention that Bron-Y-Aur Stomp, that this has received, as far as, especially as far as I'm concerned. So, in any case, have a good one. And this is a tough tune, but it takes time and patience, and piece by piece, put it all together, sound just like Jimmy Page. Okay, and thanks again. Have a good one.